Chapter 4, Lesson 4, Mind Your Chakras. Chakras. What the heck is that? I know for many people, you've heard chakras maybe in pop culture references. Maybe you took a yoga class one time and the teacher said, tap into your third eye. But for the large public, chakras can be something that's very mystical, elusive, and possibly even inaccessible. A really interesting thing about chakras is it's simply a map, another way to understand emotions and different complex events in your life that are things you've already been processing, already been working on. It's just another way to look at it. We'll take the subway system, for example. Living in New York, you'll know all about subways. They go up and down, left, right, across town, and they allow you to get to different places that you're trying to go. If things are running very smooth in the subway system, everything's going smoothly. But when there's a blockage, when something's going wrong, it could create a disturbance for the entire city. When we're looking at our body and we're respecting our body as its own vessel, as its own system, we want to make sure that there's a sense of flow. And we can understand the sense of flow happening through our body with the chakra system. Now for today with the chakra system, we're actually going to start from the top and we're going to work our way to the bottom. Because I think it's important for you to remember that you're already winning, that things are already good, that you've already got this. So looking at the very top of the chakra system, we look at connectivity. The connectivity aspect of the top chakra reminds us of the biggest of big pictures. We are all in this together. We are all on this planet at the same time. And there's a sense of oneness that can be found when we find that connection. Appreciating this top level chakra is probably where we want our world leaders to be. When there's so much war and so much just honestly disparaging news going on, it can feel like there's a disconnect from connectivity. Reminding yourself to be connected, reminding yourself that you're not alone is where we source this energy. And it comes no other than the top, right, where our brain is, our mind is. And this is why we're minding the chakras. Just below the crown chakra is the third eye chakra. And this is a place where we find our intuition. If this world we live in is like the Matrix, if this world is like a game in some way, then your third eye is where you remember that you're player one. And you're always player one. Life does not come at us this way, right? Even if it feels like that. It's our own subjective, individual perspective that we navigate life with. When we stay connected to this third eye space, it's known as a place to be intuitive, to remember that I am, right? I am, this is me, and this is me navigating the world that we are all in. So you want to keep the third eye open so you can see where you're going. Just below the third eye chakra is the throat chakra. And for many adults, myself included, this is one of the toughest places to be. What makes the throat chakra so difficult is that it asks us to speak our truth. And speaking our truth can be a very, very vulnerable and very terrifying place to be. There can be a lot of fear about whether or not we're going to be accepted or even heard. There's even the difficult task of being able to articulate how you feel. It's one thing to feel something and know what you're feeling, but it's a completely different thing to be able to speak up and articulate that so someone else can hear it. If we can remember that we're all in this together and that you are at the center of your experience, then there may be more room to speak what you need, to say what you need to say. And you might be surprised. The way you show up, the way you're articulate, the way you speak your truth can actually create room for those around you to do the very same thing. Just beneath that level of speaking your truth is where we remember why we do it. And that's the heart chakra. The heart chakra, as you can probably guess, is where we find love. Like every Disney movie or any other movie you've seen, it's probably come to some conclusion where love was the way. Because no matter how much is done or how cheesy you may think it is, it's true. Love is the way. Love is the answer. As John Lennon once said, love is all we need. If you can remember and really tap into the things that feel real to you, remember why you do it, there's probably a sense of love for that. the love you have for a friend, for a family member, and hopefully the love you even show for yourself. Sometimes you have to literally tap on it, right? To feel that open-heartedness, right? To be bold in this world. We get a lot of support in showing our love when we look just below it at the solar plexus. The solar plexus is where we find some confidence, is where we can really shine. Now, chakras have colors that go with them, and I think it's interesting to note that the solar plexus chakra is yellow. Solar, like the sun, you shining, we shining. You can tell when somebody feels in their confidence. They have that lift that allows them to stand tall. When you tap into the sense of confidence, when you allow it to lift you up, you can be more tapped in to that feeling of love. You can speak that feeling of love. You can see yourself within the love, and you can even remind yourself that we all need the love. That solar plexus area is what really boosts us up and keeps us going. Now, there's a lot of chakras that deal with this very abstract mental part of our existence. But as we get lower and lower in the chakra system, it gets a little bit more concrete, a little bit more tangible. And this is where we come into the sacral chakra. You can find a little bit of rocking in your hips with the sacral chakra, right? It's almost like a Shakira hips don't lie moment, where we find our sensuality, our sexiness, our sense of feeling good. All of that happens in the sacral chakra. Now, for a lot of us, the sacral chakra is a place that has a lot of blockages. There's a lot of trauma that can live in the sacral chakra, and there can be a lot of detachment from that feeling of sensuality. While the sacral chakra deals with our sexual energy, it also deals with every kind of sensation that we have. If there's ever any trauma around your sexual energy, your ability to feel and feel connected, then you should tap into this sacral chakra. As much as we go through life maybe having this place blocked off for various different reasons, we have to find a way to reconnect to it because it's a natural flow to our life. To really be fully complete in everything that we deserve to feel, we have to find a sense of harmony with every being, every aspect of us. And this is what you find in the sacral chakra. You can't do this alone. You can't just one day find the safety, which is why we look to the very base where we truly actually start, and that's in the roots. The lowest chakra, the one most connected to our sense of safety and security, is the root chakra. This is actually the chakra that we start with because it gives us a foundation to build everything else upon. A house built on a weak foundation, it won't stand. But if everything crumbles underneath a strong foundation, then you have room to rebuild again. If you look at your hierarchy of needs, what always comes first is feeling safe and feeling secure. If you feel safe and you feel secure, then you can almost do anything. We look at the sacral chakra as a place to just reconnect, to find that safety we all deserve. We deserve to be safe in our bodies. Our bodies should not be a scary place to be. We also deserve to feel comfortable in our mind. So we go to the sacral chakra, rather we go to the root chakra so that we can rebuild this space back up. With that being said, you take a breath in and you take a breath out. You remember that you are complete and whole, and you always have been, and you'll never not be, and that the experiences that you have throughout the world, they are your experiences, but they don't have to be your truth. You give yourself time to roll it off, to speak your truth, to remember to feel the love, to be confident that you'll be supported, and then everything else will work itself out. You got this. Okay, so next time you're in that yoga class and the teacher says, open your third eye chakra, you can be like, check, got that, because I've been meditating and I'm making it a little bit easier on myself. Thank you for taking the time, friends. Until the next lesson.